I tossed a fish to the orca in the water, but he didn't even flinch. He surfaced and pushed it right back to me. I figured he just wasn't interested, so I demonstrated what I wanted. He shook his head and opened his mouth. Turns out he wanted me to hand feed him. My heart was pounding, but I reached out anyway and slowly guided the fish into Willie's mouth. He let out a happy splash of water. After he finished eating, I carefully reached out and touched his nose, and instead of pulling back, he leaned right into it. When I started to leave, Willie followed me like he wasn't ready to say goodbye. I gave him a little wave, and he lifted his fin and waved right back. A trainer nearby caught the whole thing and decided on the spot that I should be Willie's handler. In the days that followed, Willie slowly came out of his shell, and we became the closest of companions. Before long, he was letting me ride on his back and even letting me touch his tongue. When the park owner saw how in sync we were, he arranged a special performance for us. On the day of the show, the crowd was loud and chaotic, and Willie was a wreck, trembling, ignoring every cue I gave him, slamming himself into the glass walls. The audience scattered in a panic, and the owner was absolutely furious. That night, I stood by Willie's tank feeling deflated, ready to head home, when he suddenly let out a long, mournful cry. Something about it made me climb up to the high platform to look. And there they were, Willie's family, calling out to him from beyond the walls. The sight of it hit me somewhere deep. Then I noticed sparks flickering in the water. I went to check and discovered the tank had been deliberately sabotaged. The owner was planning to let Willie die and collect the insurance money. I wasn't going to let that happen. The trainer and I came up with a plan. We'd take Willie back to the ocean. We rigged up a crane, lifted him out, loaded him onto a truck, and drove to the coast, where we released him into the open sea. We barely had a moment to breathe before the owner showed up with a crew, cutting us off with a fishing boat and laying nets across the harbor to recapture Willie. I took off in the opposite direction, leading Willie toward the breakwater. We looked at each other for a long moment, both of us knowing what came next. With one final push of encouragement from me, Willie did exactly what we'd practiced so many times. He launched himself into the air, soared clean over my head, and disappeared into the ocean where he belonged. In that moment, Willie was finally free. What do you think about Willie's story? I'd love to hear from you in the comments.